What's up, y'all? For today's video, I'm going to go over the UFC 311 main card, make some predictions. So let's get into it. Here we go. First fight of the night, Peyton Talbot, young, exciting fighter versus a veteran. I don't even know his name, to be honest with you. No disrespect, but he's a huge underdog, and he's from Brazil, so you got to respect the Brazilians. But Peyton Talbot, obviously, if you've been following the sport, you've seen how Peyton Talbot is kind of becoming the younger Sean O'Malley. He can really mix it up with the hands as well as with the feet. But in his recent fights, he's really shown his hands because his opponents just haven't been as good and as skillful as him. So maybe in this fight, we'll get a good glimpse more of his fighting, you know, because this guy is a veteran that he's fighting. So maybe it'll go longer than one round. We'll be able to see some more stuff from Peyton. But obviously, I'm going to go with Peyton in this one, as should y'all. He is a heavy favorite, as well as he's just more well-rounded as a fighter, and he's on the rise to becoming a champion in the bantamweight division in the UFC. So it'll be cool to see how that fight ends up. I think it'll be second round. I think it'll make it to a second round, and he should win by knockout. I mean, I doubt he'll go to the feet. His opponent is a really good grappler. That's a dangerous spot for Peyton to be in, so I doubt he'll try to get into the grappling exchanges. But if he wants to win, the path to victory is definitely with the hands rather than taking it to grappling. As we move on to the second fight on that main card, you have Dariush versus Moicano. Obviously, everybody knows who Moicano is. Recently, he's racked up a few wins, calling out some big opponents. He's not just winning, he's finishing his opponents, really good opponents. He mixes it up on the feet as well as grappling. His grappling's one of the best in the division, but he's really gotten better at striking over his last few fights to where he can definitely do some damage to Dariush. However, Dariush is a really good veteran, and he's fought some dogs. His last few fights are dogs. He's fought Oliveira, he's fought Arman, he's fought guys at the top of the division. Not saying Moicano hasn't, but Moicano has been fighting the bottom of the division. Dariush has been fighting the top of the division, and he's gotten some pretty good finishes and submissions in his UFC career. And I feel like this could be a trap for a lot of Moicano fans. I think Moicano has been talking a lot. Dariush has been kind of quiet. I just think Dariush is a more well-rounded and more experienced fighter at the top of the UFC lightweight division. I think he's going to pull it out by decision, but, you know, anything can happen in this sport. Moicano can go for another finish and get more money, but I really see it going Dariush's way. And then that next fight, another exciting fight, you have Jiri and Hill. That's obviously a fight that everybody's been talking about for a while now. Two big dogs in that UFC light heavyweight division. Jamal Hill has been talking a lot of shit with Alex Pereira. Then you have Jiri. He's just Jiri. Everybody loves him. He's a fan favorite. However, this fight can go one or two ways. We're either going to have Jiri loves to keep his hands down. He's been talking that he's going to make adjustments and keep his hands up from now on. But if he does not make that adjustment, I think Jamal Hill is going to catch him. Jiri, his striking is really good. His striking is probably better than Jamal Hill's. However, he's lighter, he's smaller. I don't think he has the power that Jamal Hill possesses. So for Jiri to win, he's going to have to somehow knock him out or maybe take him to the ground. But I think this fight's going to stay on the feet. I think it's going to go to distance. A lot of people think it's going to end in a knockout. I think it's going to go to a decision because both of these fighters know what their opponents possess and know that they both have power. I think Jamal Hill is going to squeak it out. I'm not a huge Jamal Hill fan. I'm more of a Jiri fan. But if I'm going based on, not my heart, but based on what my MMA brain says, I really think Jamal Hill gets it done. In an exciting fight, for sure. Then we move on to the co-main event. You got Merab Dvalishvili and Umar. I think he's Nurmagomedov. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he is. This is going to be an exciting fight. Obviously, both guys in the bantamweight division fighting for that title. Merab won the title over O'Malley in September. Umar beat, who was it? That one guy, the other striker guy. Sorry, guys, off the top of my head, I don't remember who Sandhagen. he beat Sandhagen. He basically demolished him. If this fight goes the way it goes, which I think it will go, Umar and Islam, these guys that are from Russia, they eat, sleep, and breathe fighting. They have no life outside of fighting. I mean, what is there to do in Dagestan, Russia? There's not a lot to do other than fighting. So they fight. It's all they do. Merab, he's been on social media a lot. He's been doing all these tours and stuff. I really think Umar wants it more. He's going to want to be the champ more, and he's going to have, I mean, look at his corner. It's going to be insane. I think Umar's going to get it out probably by decision. That's how a lot of these fights will go with these guys. I could see it being a knockout somehow for Umar, but it's probably going to be a decision win for Umar just because he's more of a well-rounded fighter. This is a tough matchup for Merab. Tough matchup. Merab's fighting a guy in Umar that can do both. Stop the takedowns and strike maybe better than O'Malley. So this is a terrible matchup for Merab, and I think Umar will get it done by decision. Then we move on to the main event. You got Islam versus Arman, a fight that's been in the works since they fought in 2019. So this is a fight that everybody's been wanting in that lightweight division. Arman has a couple back-to-back wins over some highly ranked lightweights. Obviously Islam with his wins over the guys at the top. You got Dustin, you got Volkanovski. So they both have big wins, but I feel like Islam has more of the credentials. And as I said before, as I was saying with Umar, you know, these guys eat, sleep, and breathe fighting. They love to fight. They will do whatever it takes to win a fight. And it's hard to go against these guys from Dagestan, you know. Islam, I mean, Khabib in their corner. Their corners are elite. They have elite coaching. They have elite teammates. They make each other better every single day. It's all they do for probably 8 to 10 hours a day. It's very hard to go against these guys. I think Islam's going to squeak it out. Maybe by finish, maybe by knockout, but probably by decision. Again, Arman's over here partying. He's really rich. Arman is really rich, so he's not in it for the money, really. I think Islam's going to want it more, just like Umar's going to want it more, and I think they're both going to get it done. It's going to be an exciting fight, I think. A lot of people think these Russians get in there, it's going to be boring. I think it's going to be very entertaining. A very, very entertaining grappling exchanges are going to happen in this fight, as well as probably the one before in the co-main. So, if you're a fan of MMA, these fights are MMA fights right here. These are going to be pure MMA fights. It's going to be fun to watch. Let me know who y'all are going to go with. Let me know who you're pulling for. And let's just hope for some exciting fights, which I think we're going to get. So, that's my UFC 311 main card prediction. And I'll be back with more videos like this. See ya.